Hello, everybody. Welcome to today's lesson. Thank you for joining me. Let's go ahead and take a look at today's lesson objective. So, today we will multiply multi-digit whole numbers. Numbers. I'm just going to use the number sign for that. Using the standard algorithm to solve multi-step word problems. All right, now let's go ahead and take a look at today's lesson. So we have this word problem here. So we have Gemma and Leah are both jewelry makers. Gemma made 106 beaded necklaces. Leah made 39 more necklaces than Gemma. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's read this question. So each necklace they make has exactly 104 beads on it. How many beads did both girls use all together while making their necklaces? All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at this. So first off, what can we draw? So there's a bunch of things that we can draw. So I see that Gemma made 106 necklaces and Leah made 39 more necklaces than Gemma, right? So we can draw a couple of things. I'm going to go ahead and draw a strip diagram for this problem. Okay, so that's my plan. So what is the question asking? So if we look over here, it says, how many beads did both girls use all together while making their necklaces? So I want to figure out how many beads did both girls use all together while making their necklaces. All right. And our last question, what do we need to think about to solve this problem? What do you notice? So I'm looking at this problem, and the first thing that I'm noticing is that Leah made more necklaces. That's really important, right? And Leah made more necklaces than Gemma. So we have to remember that as we're going through. All right. Now, let's go ahead and dive into this problem. What I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to re-underline our question. So we want to know how many beads did both girls use all together while making their necklaces. So we want to figure out how many beads both girls used in order to make their necklaces. So I want to figure out how many beads Gemma used, right? And then I also want to figure out how many beads Leah used, right? So we know, I'm going to go ahead and redraw my picture. So I know that Gemma, I'm going to put down a G for Gemma, made 106 necklaces. Okay. And we also know that Leah made 39 more necklaces than Gemma. So that's important. We need to figure that out too. We need to figure out how many necklaces Leah made. So we know right here she made 39 more necklaces than Gemma, and Gemma made 106. And in order to figure out how much Leah made, we're going to need to go ahead and combine these together or add. So we're going to add 106 plus 39. That's our first step. So we have 6 plus 9, which is 15. We're going to go ahead and take 10 of those ones, turn them into 110. So we have 110 plus 3 tens, which is 4, and then we have 100. So Leah made 145 necklaces. So that was the first thing that we did, right? Is to figure out how much Leah made. Okay, or how many necklaces Leah made. Now, if we look over here at this portion, it says each necklace has exactly 104 beads on it. So I know one necklace has 104 beads, so now I got to figure out how many necklaces they all have. So let's figure out how many beads Gemma used, right? So I'm going to go ahead and use red to represent Gemma, right? So we got to figure out how many beads Gemma used for her necklaces. So I know that she made 106 necklaces, and each of the necklaces needed 104 beads, right? Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and use a standard algorithm to go ahead and solve for this. So 6 times 4 is 24. I'm going to take those 21s, turn them into 10s. So I have 4 times 0 tens plus 2 tens is going to be 2. 1 times 4 is 400. Now we're going to our hundred or our tens place. So I need to put a 0 there. So 0 times 6 is 0. Let me go ahead and erase that. 0 times 0 is 0, and 0 times 1 is 0. Now I'm going to my hundreds place. So I'm going to put down 2 zeros. So I have 6 times 1 is 6. 0 times 1 is 0, and then 1 times 1 is 1. So now we have to combine everything together. So 4 plus 0 plus 0 is 4. 2 plus 0 plus 0 is 2. 4 plus 0 plus 6 is 10. And we're going to carry the 1. 1 plus 0 plus 0 is 1. And then we have 1. So Gemma used 11,024 beads. So I'm going to go ahead and put this down over here. So she used 11,024. I'm going to put down B for beads. Okay, so now let's go ahead and go back to our question. So our question is asking us, how many beads did both girls use all together while making their necklaces? So we figured out how many beads Gemma made, but we still don't know how many beads Leah used. So let's go ahead and figure out how many beads Leah used. Okay, so we know that Leah had made 145 beads, or 145 necklaces, and each of those necklaces require 104 beads. So I'm going to multiply 145 times 104. I'm going to use the standard algorithm again to solve. So I have 5 times 4, which is 20. I'm going to carry those two tens. Then I have 4 times 4, which is 16, plus 2, which is 18. I'm going to go ahead and carry that 1. 1 times 4 is 4, plus 1 is 5. I'm now going to go to my tens. So there's a 0 there. 0 times 5. I'm going to 0 times 5 is 0. 4 times 0 is 0. And 1 times 0 is 0. So now I'm going to go to my hundreds place. So I'm going to put in my 2 zeros. So I have 5 times 1, which is 5. 4 times 1, which is 4. And then 1 times 1 is 1. So we're going to combine all of these together. So we have 0, 8, 10. Carry that 1 to make 1,000. So we have 1,000 plus 4,000s is 5,000s, and then we have 10,000. So Leah used, I'm going to put this over here, Leah used 15,080 beads. I'm going to put down B for beads. All right. Okay, so let's go back to our question. So our question is asking, how many beads did both girls use all together while making their necklaces? So we found out how many beads Gemma used, and we found out how many beads Leah used. Now we need to combine them together to see how much our total was of all of the beads that were used. So I have 11,024, and I'm going to add that to Leah's beads, which is 15,080. And I'm going to use the standard algorithm to combine them together. So 4 plus 0 is 4. 2 plus 8 is 10. I'm going to carry that 1. 100 plus 0 hundreds is 1. 1,000 plus 5,000s is 6. And then 10,000 plus another 10,000 is 2. So altogether, they used 26,104 beads. All right, so before we wrap up for today, let's go ahead and write an expression to show what we did. All right, so the first thing we had to do was we had to figure out how much Leah had. There's a couple different ways we can do it, but we had to figure out how much Leah had. So the first thing we had to do was take 106, add that to 39. Right? And then we had to multiply that by 104, right? So we had to multiply this whole thing by 104. And I'm going to go ahead and put those in parentheses to show that. And then, sorry, y'all, I had to kind of erase some stuff to give us more room. And then we figured out how much Leah had, but then we also had to figure out how much Gemma had. So we had to add that to 106 times 104. And this right here is going to show us how we did our math in one simple step in one expression. All right. Thank y'all so much for joining me. Let's go over today's lesson objective. So today we multiplied multi-digit whole numbers using the standard algorithm to solve multi-step word problems. And we had a lot of steps in this word problem. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today. I will see y'all next time. Oh, I guess my camera's not working. Sorry, y'all. Oh, there we go. All right. I will see y'all next time. Thank you for joining me and have a good day. Bye, everybody.